What's up, JD Aliens? Welcome back. You know what day it is. It's Friday, man. Y'all know I love Fridays, man. We talked about this last week. I like Fridays because it's Friday. So shout out to all the people out there who've been grinding it out all week, making America happen. And yeah, this was for you, man. Hornitos Tequila. Shout out to Hornitos Tequila. Now, I know it's a little early in the day, but it's Friday, man. And this is what I'm doing here. So yeah, this one's for you. I'm raising a glass for all the people out there making it happen on Friday, grinding it out. Here's to a great weekend. Put it up. There you go. All right. All right. Let's get this show on the road. I want to talk to y'all about the perfect earbuds. I don't really think they exist.
Let's do it.
I can say that right now because there's not one set of earbuds that I have here. And I've got some really good ones, man. These are like the top of the crop, in my opinion, for this year and even part of last year. And I've got like 11 sets here. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 sets of earbuds, and not one of them is perfect for me. But I'm kind of a quirky kind of guy, man. Some little things bother me, whereas big things don't. So let's just go through, this collection of 11 earbuds. Now, I know I've done a lot more earbuds than this. So please, man, if you don't see the earbuds here, this is not a top 5 video, top 10, top 11. If you don't see the earbuds here that you have or that you are looking to buy, it doesn't matter. This isn't about that. So don't be asking me what it is compared to this and blah, blah, blah. What about it ain't here. That's the thing. It's not here. So don't worry about it right now. I'm going to go through and tell you why I don't think the perfect earbuds exist, at least for me. And this video might get you to start thinking about what you're looking for in your perfect set of earbuds or ideal set of earbuds. Now, most of us either can't afford or just simply don't want to have more than one set of earbuds. And I totally understand that, but I have the luxury of owning several sets. And I know there's a lot of people out there that just, I don't know, you just freaking collect them for some reason. I'm not sure, even if you're not a YouTuber. I just happen to work here, so I have all these. So my job right now is to help you kind of just look at all these right here, the ones that are on the table, and kind of decide like what features you would want in your ideal set of earbuds. So let's go. Let's talk about these. Now, in reality, there are only 2 sets of these earbuds that are not in the boxes. And the reason why they're not in the boxes is because I use them every day. Now, there are times because of what I do for a living, I'll take them out for a stroll to the park or something and listen to them for the day, take a nice little Instagram picture with them or something like that. But for the most part, man, I'm only using 2 of these earbuds, and we will find out what they are towards the end of this video. Now, I want to start out with a fantastic set of earbuds, which I showcased at the beginning of this year. These have actually been out for a little while, I think, but these are new to me and they are awesome. So awesome, in fact, I wanted to talk about them first because this is the closest thing to, like, these came in as far like, my daily users, my daily drivers, these came in at number 3. They were only topped by the number 2 or, 1 or 2 on the slot, but honestly, man, these are fantastic. They have everything, almost everything I would look for in the perfect set of earbuds. They have touch controls that control everything from volume to tracks. They have a built-in app with an EQ. And they are smart. I mean, they pause and start when you take them in and out of your ears and stuff like that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these earbuds except the case. Let's look at this case. The only reason I don't use these earbuds daily is because of the case. I actually put them in here so they could charge. The case is just too big and blocky, man. You can't really slide this in your pocket. It's like on the smaller side, but it's just not the case for me. That is the only reason I'm not using these earbuds. So Phil, if you're watching this video, man, if you could make the case a little bit smaller, these would be like perfect. And when I say perfect, it's perfect for me in the closed ear earbud style. So there are 2 different styles of earbuds we have to talk about, which would be the closed ear and the open ear. So this could be a long video, man. I don't know where this is going. I've had tequila. Okay, so let's put these back because now we understand why. Let me just go ahead and, they've charged enough. Let me just go ahead and put them back in the box like they're supposed to be. So now let's get into these OneMores right here. These OneMores, they're pretty awesome. I've heard in my comments from my showcase video that they have bad connection problems. I didn't have that problem while I was using it, so I can't really testify or agree to that. So they worked fine for me during demonstration, and that's about all I've done with them, to be honest with you. But there's something that bothers me about these earbuds, and once again, that is the case. And the other thing is, you know, past 2017 or 18, man, especially 2019, yet all year 2019, there is no excuse whatsoever to have micro USB charging in anything these days. If you are appealing to anyone who knows anything about tech, you know that you should be putting USB-C charging into your stuff. I mean, Europe is catching on before we are. As they are trying to demand that all companies make USB-C charging, or I think it is just USB-C charging. Like, why do we need to walk around with several different cables? Now, in 2017, 2018, 2019, definitely in 2019, man, there's no excuse for that. Otherwise, these would be really good earbuds. I mean, I would not stand them up to the fills, but these are great earbuds, man. That's my only complaint: the size of the case and the micro USB-C or micro USB charging. So let's just go ahead and put these back in the box, keep them right there. Now we get to these Boss Hogs right here. These are some Boss Hog earbuds. And the reason why I say that is for two reasons. These Liberty Pros, oh man, they are freaking outstanding. But they have some issues, man. Everything comes with its own caveats, you know, even though all of these are, you know, top notch in my opinion, man. This is like top of the crop right here. They do have their caveats. The first one is the size of these bad boys. Look at that, man. It's freaking huge. It's bigger than the tip of my pinky, and that's a little bit too big for me as far as an earbud. Now, if I was going to do a workout, man, I would not mind picking these. These are awesome. But I do, you know what? I remember another problem I got with these. The controls, the lack of controls. When you go into the app, they do have a dedicated app, and we're not going to really talk about sound right here. Sound and battery life is great in all these, so we're not even going to discuss that. We're just talking about features that are missing or just not implemented well. Now, they do have a dedicated app in which you can customize some of the stuff as far as function, but it's very limited as far as function when we're talking about changing tracks and volume control, and I'm not a fan of that. Outside of that, they have a great app, man. It's got the EQ in there and the sound boost and all that good stuff, and these sound amazing. Now, the case is on the large side. Let me make sure this is USB-C. Yeah, the case is on the large side. However, even though it's big, it's kind of narrow. So it will slide in your pocket, and it will, you know, fit in your pocket with other stuff nicely. So I'm not complaining about the size of the case, even though it is big. It's just, you know, it's round. It's like a big pebble. So the case is good. This is, if you're going to do a big case, if anybody's listening, if you're going to do a big case, do it like this, where it's kind of like a nice stone type of case right here. So let's put those back. So what didn't I like about these? It's the lack of control options in the app or the earbud, and also the size. Now, I don't know what the size has to do with the way it sounds, but when I see an earbud this size, I'm really expecting to see some ANC. All right, let's put up the Liberty Pro 2s and move on to the TickPods. So the TickPods was really my first real experience with open ear listening. And I found out that I really, really like it when it's done well. Now, I know the original AirPods were made that way. I just don't like the way they sound. This was my first real experience with good sound. Like, these things really sound great. And they have some AI built into them, which is great. They have USB-C charging, and the case is small AF. Look at that. It's the size of my thumb. All right, so these have a lot going for them, man. Now, I'm not going to pull all these out of the case because that's just ridiculous. I've already done showcase videos on all these things. So you can just click on all the links you want to and look at them in depth. But I'm just going to skim through them. So these, my problem with these right here is that, first of all, I don't like the little things hanging out of my ear. That's just something I cannot get over. You know, even though some of these earbuds sound fantastic, I can't get over the little things dangling out of my ear. What makes them better in that sense is that they are dark colored. I'm a dark skinned guy, so it's just better to have that option. But the two main reasons I'm not using these right now is, even though they have AI functions where you can talk to them and stuff like that, it's not implemented as well as I would like. It's good, but it's not as well as I would like, because I do have better in this collection. And also the hot swapping between ear to ear, you can't do it. I did it once before, but then, you know, if you close the case, sometimes it messes it up and it doesn't work right. So it's just inconsistent hot swapping from ear to ear if you want to listen to one earbud. Now, as far as the hot swapping goes, I do believe that these first three are hot swappable. So that's definitely something I need to mention on all of these because that's important to me. Can I listen to it with one ear? Now, one ear or open ear listening is a huge thing. A lot of people like it. Some people don't care for it. Some people don't even understand it. It's still a thing. Like that is the traditional earbud style with the open ear listening. This was great implementation of it. I just think they missed the boat when it came to functionality and a little bit of control. So yeah, let's put those back where they came from and move on to the Anker Soundcore Liberty Air 2. Now, right off the top, I've already discussed how I really don't like the AirPod design. It's just, I cannot get around that, man. I don't like things. It's just, you know, it's not that I'm actually looking at myself. It's just that I see people with these things in their ears like this and I just, I don't like it, man. I don't know. It's just a personal thing. I told you this is a quirky thing that I have, and all these are going to be nitpicky things that I have about these headphones. And it's only because I have the right to do so because I own all of them. So with these, everything is great except for they share the same misstep that the Liberty Pros 2 have with the lack of control. So once you get into that app, you'll realize that you're limited on how you set the controls. It's either going to be a double tap or a single tap, but they really do limit you in that. So that's something that I'm not really a fan of simply because I have better. So let's put this one back. Oh, by the way, I want to go back to the Liberty Pros just to add on some great features that they have that all the rest of these probably lack, which is wireless charging. These have wireless charging, which is awesome. And also the Galaxy Buds. Galaxy Buds have wireless charging as well. And that's huge, man. That's a big step in the right direction. But back to the Liberty Air 2's fantastic sounding earbuds. Lots of different features and functions. It's just that I feel like they lack with the controls, and I'm not a fan of that style. If you're gonna have this style right here with this boom on it, I would prefer having it with the open air listening or the open listening because, you know, it's just, I don't know, I just like it that way. Now let's mix it up a little bit. Let's start right here. Let's start with the Akey series. Now, when I showcase these, man, these things are awesome. I was not expecting them to sound as good as they do, but they sound really great. And they have a ton of functions. They have all the functions you would want. Play, pause, forward and back tracks, and volume controls. My only problem with these is the case. Look how big that thing is, man. It's freaking huge. It's not only thick, it's wide and circular. So this is not pocketable in my opinion. Yes, it will fit in your pocket, but it's going to cause distractions, man. You can't really walk around with this in your pocket, dude. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's my only issue with the Akey Key series. What are these? T10s or something like that. Great earbuds, man. I like the form factor. They are the closed ear style, but as far as like carrying these things around, I can't do it. Oh yeah, one last thing about these is that they are not hot swappable. If you are listening to the right earbud and you put the left one inside of the case, it's done. The music's gonna shut off. You're not hearing anything. Actually, I think they both shut off at that point. Yeah, so you can only listen to one earbud with these, and I don't like that because I want to be able to hot swap. Like sometimes I want to do my left ear, sometimes I want to do my right ear. So that's why those are still in the box. Now let's go over to these earphones. Now I checked these out mid last year, and these are fantastic earbuds at a super duper budget price, man. Crazy budget price. For what they're charging for these, you really shouldn't be asking for much at all. They got great battery life, they got good controls, everything's cool, except they don't have like smart AI. There's no app or nothing like that, and you know nothing's customizable. So that's why these are not in my ears like that. That's why the box, I mean, this still has the wrapper on it. Now once again, at this price, you should not be asking for any more than what they're giving you. They're giving you the best for that budget. ANC, wireless charging, app support, and all that stuff. Don't be trying to ask for that at this price, man. You're just being ridiculous. I just feel that I can because my budget affords me to ask for more. I can pay for more. So that's the only reason why these are still in the case and not in my ears. It's just because I demand more features and I'm willing to pay for them. So let's just put these down and stop talking about them. Now we will move on. You know what? Let's go here to the Edifiers. I just showcased these earlier this week. And I do have some issues with these. They're great, but they don't check all my boxes. Let's open these up real quick. My first complaint about these is the sheer size of them, man. They're freaking huge. I think these are actually bigger than the Liberty Air Pros or Liberty 2 Pros. I think they're just a hair bigger. But that's mostly because they have active noise cancellation, which is great at this price point. You don't really get noise cancellation at $100, man. Like I think these are $100 and you get noise cancellation. So kudos to Edifier for hooking us up with that. The case, as far as the case goes, the case is super nice. I love the way it looks, but in my opinion, it's not necessarily the most portable case. So, you know, that's the problem with me right there. They've done a lot of things well in these, but I do feel like we could have better control or as, you know, as far as like volume and tracks and stuff like that, better smart controls. And the hot swapping is a big issue for me. Gameski, he actually chimed in the comment section of that video and mentioned that you can link up your phone to each earbud and they will then kind of hot swap that way, but it's not necessarily a seamless thing. So you have to go in and kind of manually do it. And, you know, while it's doable, I just don't like it because I've had better. I got better. So, you know, I have other earbuds here that just do it so seamlessly without having to go in and do it manually first or anything like that, or without them shutting off or beeping in between. So, you know, that's just a personal hang up, man. So let's just put these back where they belong inside of the box right there. And I'll keep them around for later on in the year as we compare them to other earbuds, because that's pretty much why I keep all these. It's not that I want to have a whole bunch of earbuds. I'm not a collector of any sort. It's just that I have to keep these around for the year because you guys are always wanting like competitions between them and stuff like that. So that's why I keep all these earbuds, man. Otherwise, these wouldn't be here. Matter of fact, the ones from last year, they're actually gone. So, so they're just not in the house no more. Next, we want to talk about these Sound Liberty 79s. Now, I think I actually covered these late last year. Now, these are definitely at the top of my list, man. For the price, I don't think you can do much better as far as like getting stuff out of them. The case is fantastic. It doesn't have wireless charging, but most of these don't, so that's not even a factor. It has USB-C charging. The controls seem to be okay, but I wish they had more options as far as the controls. But for the money, hey, once again, maybe you shouldn't even be asking for more for the price you pay for these, but they look fantastic, man. Yeah, they look great. They fit in the ears fine. They're not too big. The case is small. Everything is great about these earbuds. If you already have them or you're thinking about buying them, I say go for it if that's your budget. Now, if you were paying any attention at the beginning of the video, you heard me say that there are only 2 of these earbuds that are not in their boxes. That's because I use them every day. And that is the Samsung Galaxy Buds and the LG Tones. Why, you ask? Because I really freaking like them. No, I will tell you that these are not the best sounding of the bunch. I'm not even gonna tell you what the best sounding ones of the bunch is. Like, that's a totally different conversation. But as an overall package, these two, they're striking gold with me, man. Let's talk about these Galaxy Buds first. So the Galaxy Buds, first of all, let's look at this case. Look at this case, man. It's just a little bit bigger than these TickPods. It's a super small case that'll fit in your small jean pocket. And it has wireless charging, which it's not a big factor. It's just a bonus, but it has USB-C charging. Once you open them up, now here's where it gets crazy because I have a Samsung phone. So if you have a Samsung phone, man, these things are like made for your phone. I mean, they connect instantaneously, like quickly hot swappable with no hiccups or nothing like that. You go into their app, you can program what earbud you want to do what function, whether it's answering in calls, Google Assistant, ambient sound, all kinds of stuff. It's a very customizable app. They have what they would call an EQ. It's really not an EQ. It's just different sound profiles. I think they only have like 3 or 4, but I like the dynamic one. Suits me just fine. And they just work like they say they're supposed to work. They don't promise anything that they're not delivering here. So I just really freaking like them. And they function very well for everyday use. Whatever you plan on doing with these earbuds, they're going to do it very well. And that's why I like them so much. And that's why they're not in the box, because I'm using them. Now we'll get over to these brand new ones, which are the LG Tone Freeze tuned or with Meridian. Now this case, I'm not a huge fan of this case. It's not too big, not too small. It's a good size case, and it doesn't strike a bunch of attention to your pocket. I'm just not a huge fan of the case. But when you actually look at these earbuds, oh, before I open them up, they do have USB-C charging. There it is. So they do have USB-C charging right there, no wireless charging. But you open up the case and you understand why the case is shaped the way it is. I'm sure they could have come up with something different or even better. But, you know, when you look at the earbuds and you look at, you know, what they're structured like, you kind of understand it. So these are the open ear style. Now let's take one of each of these out. Because before I discovered open ear earbuds, I would have only been talking about the Galaxy Buds right now, and this video would be over. But since I've discovered these open ear earbuds, these are the cream of the crop. The touch controls work great. Now, you can't touch them to control like tracks and stuff like that. But the way they've implemented the AI with Google Assistant in here, it is absolutely seamless. You just touch and hold and start talking. You don't have to wait for anything. It just works. Like they really, really thoroughly integrated Google Assistant into these. And that's why I don't mind using it that way, because it works seamlessly. They did it with the TickPods as well, but it's just not as seamless. I just wish they would have done just a little bit better job with these TickPods. Now, with this, like I said, it's seamless. And the audio quality on these is really great. I mean, they're not as loud as the TickPods, but they are super duper loud. And they do have a full range of sound. Now, they're not gonna have that same full range of sound like you would with the Galaxy Buds with this, or any of these closed ear earbuds with these silicone gel tips, because it's open ear. You're supposed to be able to hear the sound around you. Once you add on a silicone ear tip like this, you're going to get more bass, because, you know, none of the sound is escaping out of your ears. And that's not what these are for. These are for, you know, casual music listening while you're on the go, or, you know, you got some stuff to do. But these are great communicators, man. So if you take a lot of phone calls and you keep earbuds in your ear all day long, this is the way to go, man. This open ear style with the silicone gel tip, just to kind of keep you from getting all nasty. Plus they have that, what is it? The ray, the ultraviolet ray. Yeah, they got the ultraviolet cleaning in there that kind of cleans it up a little bit as they charge. And the phone calls are freaking crystal clear and fantastic on both ends. To be honest with you, since these have come into my life, I actually use these the most. Between the two, these stay in my ears the most. Actually, these are with me all the time. I've defaulted to just using these like for exercise and, you know, stuff like that. So this is it, man. The Tone Free, which is my everyday all day, and the Galaxy Buds is actually coming in second, just because I like this open ear concept more. When I want to listen to some real music, like when I really want to dig into my music, hear that bass at full capacity, I'll throw in these Galaxy Buds right here. And yeah, I kind of go back and forth, but these are hanging out with me through most of my day, 7 days a week. All the rest of these bad boys, I will pull them out every once in a while just to get some high fidelity. You know, if you want real high fidelity, you go here. You know what I'm saying? That's where you go if you want high fidelity. If you want to get your jam on, you can go to any one of these, but you know, high fidelity, you stay up in here in these three and you're gonna be just fine. But with me, it's not always about high fidelity. It's about how it works in my life. And when I talk about the perfect set of earbuds, you see I have two. It took two to make the perfect set of earbuds. And that still doesn't even cut it, because I mean, I don't need noise canceling in my earbuds. That's not really a thing I look for. But, you know, ambient sound is one of those things. Galaxy Buds has it. And then I got the open ear concept. So yeah, it just kind of depends on how it works into your life. So you can look at all these right here and say, oh, these are the perfect ones. These are the perfect ones. But I guarantee you that it's gonna be missing something that you want. So that's why I use two, and those are the perfect earbuds for me. So in the comments section, which ones are the perfect ones for you? It doesn't have to be here in this display right here. Which ones are you using right now? Which ones are the perfect set of earbuds? Or in fact, tell me what the perfect set of earbuds would include. We're talking fidelity. We're talking about function as far as like app or track controls and stuff like that, and also wearability and stuff like that. So yeah, I want to know in the comment section which ones will be the perfect ones for you. So other than that, I ain't got much more to say about this. I want to thank everybody who stayed to the end. Y'all are real champions, man. Only true JD aliens stick around to the end, because I know this video was long. Either way, I ain't no expert in this kind of stuff. All this is just my personal opinion. If you don't like it, I really don't give a damn. It's my video. If you had a good time hanging out with me, throw those emoji hands up in the comments section, and I'll see y'all at the next one. Oh, so you wanted them cats that like to just run up in a place, take what you want, then leave, huh? Man, you better hit that subscribe and notification button. That way you know when I'm over here opening up new stuff. And while you're down there, you might want to consider tapping that join button and becoming a member, because membership has its perks. See, that wasn't so bad. All right, man, I appreciate you, and I'll see you at the next one.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?